What I dislike about the industry is most guys that are talented never make it. Usually, like most guys that are talented, I don't know why it's like that. My name is Kotwane Hikwa, that's my birth name. And stage name in the music industry, I'm Kotwane Hikwa. I'm a DJ and a producer at the same time. Things that I routine on my day-to-day lifestyle, besides the music, I like to read. I like to meditate and keep my mind clear before I do the music, because I feel like I can't do the music with my mind cluttered. So that's my basic routine on a day-to-day basis. If I were to win 200 million today, now, besides buying myself dope DJ equipment, I would maybe, obviously give back to charity. Give back to charity, give back to the young ones, invest in sharing the knowledge to the upcoming DJs and maybe producers, Yeah. A quote which is always on my mind is comparison is a thief of joy. It reminds me that I have to be myself all the time and do my thing. In as much as I'm inspired by someone next to me, I don't have to kind of copy what they do. I just have to be myself. In the DJ industry, I do have DJ friends, one or two, but most people I consider as colleagues, because the more we are friends, the more we kind of lose the business aspect of it. So I like to treat everyone as a colleague, so that for business purposes, we get what we want out of the industry, which is like obviously the money and maintaining our lifestyle. Before I started DJing, I used to write kwaito songs before house music was popular. I used to write kwaito, but now kwaito faded away from the scene, and then house music came. That's when I fell in love with, where everyone starts, which is virtual DJ before the decks. So 2009, that was the first time I opened virtual DJ and mixed 2 songs, which was a very bad mix. The main challenge which I faced when I started DJing was the access to equipment. For example, I didn't have a laptop, so I would have to borrow from neighbors or maybe friends. But seeing that a laptop is personal, maybe someone would borrow you maybe 30 minutes at most. So in those 30 minutes, you needed to make sure that you practice and learn what you learn on that day, if I can say. And then now, things are much better because I've made friends who have equipment. Even now, now I own my own laptop, but for decks and whatever, I now know people with equipment. So the challenges are now much better compared to the times when I was starting up. I play house music, and the reason why I fell in love with house music, I just easily related to it. I don't know why, but it was natural. I can't really explain it, but it was natural. And before I started being a DJ, I listened to house music to an extent that I thought the way I understood house music, I could actually share it with people through DJing. So that's basically it. In my hood, there was a guy named Baba, who was the one who taught me decks. But from Baba, I had to expand my DJ knowledge from listening to Ultimixes by DJ Kent. Because Kent would actually take a song and a reprise and an a cappella, and they would sound like it's one song. So now I had to actually study his mixes through listening to them. And from his mixes, I learned how to use acapellas, which actually made my teaching interesting. Because like if you pull up to a gig and then you be that guy who can actually play acapellas on key, you know, and the cue points are on point, it can actually make your DJ sets much better. So I feel like listening to Kent and other DJs who did alt mixing, it actually like growed me to actually do what I'm doing today, which is like mega mixing, alt mixing, whatever that you want to call it. Ash, I think the strangest thing I can think of which has ever happened to me in a gig was having I think was having a diss not play. Like pulling up with a diss knowing that there is a hit song in that diss and the diss fails to play. And then you'll be like, ah shit. I think that's one thing I can think of. If I get a booking and it's confirmed, before because obviously when you get booked, you can get a booking in a club, you know, in a lounge or in a stadium or outdoor setting. So how I approach my sets for that particular event, I check the time which I'm given to play, obviously. So for example, if maybe I'm gonna play at 3 or in the afternoon, it's the music that I'm going to play in the afternoon is going to be different from the music that I'm going to play at night. So if now, one, I know the time, I prepare my music, I do my edits so that whenever I get to the place, even if I play a song that the crowd knows, it will be unique in the sense that mine will be edited, you know, because it's always about standing out. It's all about standing out as a DJ, and yeah, I guess that's basically it. Other things which follow are just natural. When you get to the place, just make sure you vibe with the crowd, you know, give them what they want and what you love at the same time. Because I believe as much as you give them what they want, it has to be something that you love too, because without love, I feel like I would be wasting time doing this thing. A book that I would recommend artists and DJs to go for, which has actually helped me to stabilize like my mental well-being, is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. Because that book, I can't really say it's spiritual, but it has an approach of what really happens in this generation of ours, from like meditation to making friends, and not really giving a fuck about things that don't matter. You know, it actually teaches you to just give love to things that matter, you know, so that you can stay, you know, mentally fit, because you really can't do anything if your mind is cluttered. So I think that's one book I can really recommend to my friends. I've actually shared it with like my friends, like I think 3 or 4 of them, like, because we share books at the same time, besides like the music or whatever, we share books. So I think that's like one book which I can recommend to DJs and artists to actually stay focused on their personal life, which is going to impact on their music. So yeah, my take when I think about journalism, like in the arts industry here in Zimbabwe, I feel like journalism has actually exposed and grew artists through social media, because now people can do interviews and share them on Facebook, on Twitter, or whatever. So I feel like social media and journalism have actually come together to actually grow the arts industry, because now you don't have to know someone through TV or radio. You just have to just be on Facebook, and then you bump to journalists. They share their info, which is very much interesting from listening to the music, because it has helped us actually know more about artists and their lives. And yeah, I feel like journalism has played a huge role in like promoting artists here in Zimbabwe. My thoughts on local music. Local music has gotten better in terms of quality. I feel like now artists know how to invest in like studio time so they can get better mixing, better mastering. Like I can refer to my favorite artists here in Bulawayo, Mzo 7, Mrs. K, Asef. If you listen to those guys, you can really tell that they put in time in studio, besides writing, but in studio, so that they can get like the best quality, which has actually made Bulawayo music much better from like the time people were starting up. I think the next superstar to blow out of Zimbabwe and go like regionally, like before internationally, regionally here in Africa, I think it's Mzo 7. Like the way he carries himself, the way he performs with his dancers, the way he puts in time on his social media. I think if like his brand can like get into to the right hands, he can like fly out of Zimbabwe, you know, and really represent Africa, you know. As a producer, besides one EP that I dropped like recently in June, I have a couple of remixes from 2018. Yeah, from 2018. I have like remixes which were coming out from like now and again. But now I've decided to focus on my original production, because like these bootlegs / remixes were just to actually, you know, promote myself as a producer. But now I've decided to take on original productions. And besides this EP which I dropped recently, I'm working on another one, like the last one before the festive. I think it's going to be a 3-track EP, which I'm going to feature 3 vocalists, because I feel like now really like instrumentals are okay, but if I can really get artists with like the right message, you know, with the right message to the crowd, it can be easy to like push the music. So I don't really have like the title for it yet, but like 3 instrumentals are finished, so I've just sent them out to vocalists to write. People can find my music on, you know, I share links on my socials, but basically I was using SoundCloud. But now I wanna, if I finish this project, I just wanna find ways to actually get it on, you know, your music stores like TrackSource, you know, iTunes, Deezer, Google Play, and all that. But I'm in the process of getting someone to actually help me do that, because it's something which needs time. You don't just do it. I think artists in Zim, some of them have surpassed like file sharing, like the file sharing mentality, like in putting out their music. I see people really, people are now putting out music videos. That's actually an investment, you know. So before putting out music videos, I see people with stuff on iTunes, stuff on Deezer. I feel like the social media age has actually taught artists that you can actually make like money out of their music. But I don't really know how much they make from the music. But I feel like bookings actually, for artists who get bookings, I feel like the music has actually helped them get bookings and, you know, make money, even if like maybe the music isn't bringing in much money to like their pockets. But I feel like the music has actually helped them get bookings, you know. One song which people like, which I don't like, which has actually gotten way too much credit than it deserved. I think there are way better songs than Master KG's Jerusalem. Like, I'm not hating, like I'm just being, like, from my musical perspective, I feel like there are way many better songs than Master KG's Jerusalem. But yeah, big ups to him. Like, I saw he bought a Ferrari just because of the song. Big up to him. I think between DJing and being in the studio, like I love doing both. I love doing both, but when I'm in studio, I feel like I find myself more, because that's where I kind of bring out ideas from my mind, like, and put them onto like the piano and the DAW, you know. But I love both. I love doing both, being in the studio and being like out DJing. But I feel like I find myself most when I'm in studio. What I dislike about the industry is You know, DJs usually get paid late. You know, like promoters can actually, you know, pay for the sound, you know, pay for everything. But as a DJ, usually, in most cases, in what I've seen, especially here in Zim, after you play, you have to like follow like the promoter and call him, ask for your money, you know, things like that. But my wish is promoters, if they could actually pay everyone, pay for decks, pay for sound, pay for lighting, and pay DJs, and then they wait on their investment after like the events, not to try and cut DJs and pay them after, you know, the events and stuff. You know, an overview of everything that I've learned ever since I started like being a DJ. You know, I've learned to be humble. I've learned to be humble. I've learned to be patient because in the music industry, things take time. Things take time because when I started, like I told myself that after 1 year, I'll be here, I'll be there. But there's a lot to learn because you never stop learning. So I've learned to be patient. I've learned to be humble, you know, and really get to keep on learning every day, because once you stop learning, you die in the music industry. So I guess that's basically what I've learned over the years.
Okay, last.
Between being a DJ, producer, and an entrepreneur, if I were to choose one of the three, I think I would choose production. I think I would choose production because one way or the other, the money is going to come through. The money is going to come through. I could be an entrepreneur and let everything go, but money won't bring me like the peace which I get when I make the music. Money won't bring me the peace which I get when I make the music. So I think I would choose to be a producer more than anything else. To know more about my music, about me and everything, I'm on all socials: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. It's at Kotwane Hikwa. Kotwane Hikwa without any space, except for Facebook. So it's KOTWANE So my music, you can find my music mixes and everything on SoundCloud. It's Kotwane Hikwa as well.